In a quiet cottage tucked deep inside a golden forest lived a little witch. Her house was tiny and crooked, with a chimney that puffed white smoke shaped like swirls and hearts. The windows always glowed softly, and the garden was full of pumpkins, herbs, and twinkling mushrooms that looked like stars on the ground. The little witch loved to make potions. She wasn't a scary witch. Her spells were kind and gentle. She brewed soups for tired travelers, mixed shimmering dust to make flowers bloom faster, and created small bottles of laughter for anyone who felt sad. Her favorite thing in the world was her big black cauldron. It wasn't shiny or new. In fact, it had a small crack on one side and a handle that squeaked. But to her it was the heart of her magic. Whenever she dropped ingredients inside, the cauldron made cheerful bubbling sounds that filled the room like a song. As Halloween approached, the forest around her home came alive with color. The leaves turned golden and orange, the wind smelled of cinnamon and wood, and lanterns appeared in the trees like floating moons. The little witch smiled, excited for the special night to come. Each year, she made a Halloween potion to fill the forest with a soft sparkle, just enough to make pumpkins glow brighter and stars twinkle longer. But this year, she wanted to make something different. She wanted to create a potion that could warm hearts, something that made everyone feel safe and happy. So she set to work. She gathered her ingredients carefully. A pinch of laughter from the morning dew, a spoonful of golden leaves, a swirl of moonlight caught in a glass jar, and the soft hum of an owl's song. She stirred everything together in her cauldron, humming a little tune. The mixture shimmered and bubbled, glowing pale blue. Steam rose gently, curling into shapes that looked like smiling faces. The little witch clapped her hands in delight. But then, as she reached for the last ingredient, a single spark from her lantern, something unexpected happened. The lantern slipped from her hand, and the spark landed in the cauldron all at once. There was a bright flash, a puff of pink smoke, and then silence. When the smoke cleared, the cauldron no longer glowed blue. Instead, it glowed gold, soft, warm, and shining like sunlight. The little witch tilted her head. "That's not what I planned," she thought. She stirred again. The potion bubbled gently, but instead of sparkling or glowing, it gave off waves of warmth that filled the cottage. The warmth spread so quickly that the fire in the fireplace flickered happily, and the windows fogged up with cozy steam. Even the pumpkins outside glowed brighter, their smiles wider. The little witch stepped closer and felt the air wrap around her like a hug. It wasn't magic meant for the eyes. It was magic meant for the heart. Curious, she took her broom and flew into the night sky, carrying a tiny bottle of the golden potion. The forest below shimmered under the moonlight. She poured a single drop into the air, and the warmth spread outward in gentle ripples. Wherever the potion touched, the world changed just a little. In the village nearby, a group of children shivered on their walk home. Suddenly, the wind turned soft, wrapping them in warmth that made them giggle and smile. They didn't know where it came from, but it felt like a cozy blanket made of light. Farther away, a family of owls huddled together in their nest. The warmth reached them too, making their feathers fluff happily as they dozed under the stars. The little witch watched from above, her heart glowing just like the potion. She realized her accident wasn't a mistake at all. Her cauldron had created something even better than she planned, a spell of comfort. She flew through the forest, sprinkling tiny drops of golden warmth everywhere she went. The rivers glistened, the trees rustled softly, and every pumpkin in the fields glowed brighter. As she passed through the village, her potion floated through open windows, making sleepy children snuggle deeper into their blankets and cats curl tighter beside them. By the time the moon reached its highest point, the entire land shimmered with gentle golden light. Halloween had never felt so peaceful. The little witch landed back at her cottage, tired but happy. Her cauldron was still bubbling softly, as if humming a lullaby. She placed her hands on its warm rim and smiled. "You did this," she thought kindly. "You turned a little accident into something beautiful." She poured the last of the potion into small glass jars, keeping them safely on her shelf. She decided she would use them on nights when the world felt cold or sad. A few drops to remind everyone that warmth always finds its way back. Outside, the forest twinkled in gold and orange. Even the stars seemed softer, as though they were smiling down on the little witch in her glowing home. The next morning, the villagers woke to find the air still wrapped in comfort. Their pumpkins shone brighter, their hearths crackled merrily, and their hearts felt lighter. They didn't know about the little witch in the forest or her warm cauldron, but they whispered about a kind magic that had passed through the air during the night. From that day on, whenever the wind blew gently and the night felt peaceful, people said it was the witch's warmth, the soft magic that made the world feel safe. And every Halloween after that, the little witch would brew a new batch of her golden potion. She didn't use fancy spells or rare ingredients anymore, just moonlight, laughter, and a little love stirred into her favorite cauldron. The potion didn't sparkle or flash. It glowed quietly, spreading joy wherever it went. The little witch knew now that true magic wasn't in bright lights or powerful spells. It was in the warmth we give to others, the invisible glow that can turn even the coldest night into something golden. And so, under every Halloween moon, when the wind hums softly through the trees, you can still feel it. The gentle warmth of a witch's heart, floating through the air, lighting the world with kindness.